Can an AI really beat the stock market? I mean, it's the billion-dollar question, right? It pits the raw, incredible power of machine learning against the chaotic, totally unpredictable beast that is global finance.
So today, we're going to dive into a research paper that tried to build the ultimate AI stockbroker. But what it found is, well, it's less a story about a tech takedown and more of a really fascinating lesson in unexpected wisdom.
All right, let's get into it. The core problem here is something I think we can all relate to, just trying to make smart moves with our money when the market feels completely random. So the goal for this research was huge. Could they actually design a piece of code to not just navigate, but actually conquer all that financial chaos?
Now you have to understand, most people who try to use AI in finance, they focus on one thing, predicting future prices. But here's the thing, that's ridiculously, almost impossibly hard to do. So these researchers asked a brilliant question. What if the AI didn't have to predict the future at all? What if it just had to learn the best action to take, right here, right now?
And this comparison just lays it all out perfectly. The old way, using supervised learning, it's like trying to cram for a test by memorizing the answers. It needs all this labeled data, and it's all about prediction accuracy. But the new way, reinforcement learning, is like learning the strategy to ace any test thrown at you. It learns by trial and error, just trying to rack up the highest score, the biggest reward, not just guess a price.
So what exactly is reinforcement learning? You know, the easiest way to think about it is like a video game. The AI doesn't get a strategy guide. It just plays, over and over and over. It gets points, a reward for good moves, and, well, it loses points for bad ones. And pretty soon, through pure practice, it masters the game by learning the best actions, not by reading some script. Okay, so the specific system they built is called EIIE, and it's got 3 really clever parts that work together to create this unique trading brain. Let's pop the hood and see how this thing actually thinks.
So, how's it work? First, instead of one giant AI trying to do everything, imagine a whole team of specialists. That's EIE. Each little AI focuses on just one stock, giving it all its attention. But wait, constant trading is expensive, right? All those fees? That's where its memory, the PBM, comes in. By remembering what it owned yesterday, it avoids making tons of tiny, costly trades. And finally, you know the market never sleeps, so the AI can't either. The OSBL part is its ability to learn on the fly, constantly adapting its strategy to what's happening right now.
With the AI built and ready to go, it was time for the ultimate test. The researchers basically dropped it into 2 completely different arenas: the crazy, high-stakes world of cryptocurrency and the old-school, traditional battlefield of Wall Street.
Let's start with crypto. This is the Wild West of finance. It's totally unpredictable, incredibly chaotic, with huge risks, but also the chance for huge rewards. So, how would our AI do?
The results was absolutely staggering. In their simulation, for every single dollar they started with, their best AI model turned it into this, $59.49. Just wow.
And just look at the scale of this win. The AI didn't just beat the competition, it absolutely demolished it. You can see a few different versions of the AI here, and they all did incredibly well, turning $1 into more than $50. Meanwhile, a simple buy and hold strategy barely made any money at all. This was an absolute home run. Okay, so an unbelievable win in the most volatile market on the planet. The next question is obvious, right? What would this powerhouse AI do on the much more stable, traditional stock market? It should be an even bigger win, shouldn't it?
Well, this is where our story takes a really fascinating and frankly, completely unexpected turn.
And here it is, the big twist. On the stock market, our superstar AI, it did almost exactly the same as one of the simplest, most basic strategies imaginable, something called a uniformly rebalanced portfolio. That's just a fancy way of saying you split your money evenly across all the stocks and just hit reset every so often. The AI's huge advantage, just poof, it was gone.
The lead researcher, Jin-Young Lee, he summed it up perfectly himself. He wrote that on the stock market, the magic of this framework disappeared, and it basically performed the same as that simple, equally weighted strategy. So what on earth happened? Was the AI broken or something?
No, and this is the mind-blowing part. The AI didn't fail. It learned. After analyzing millions and millions of possibilities, it came to the conclusion that the single best, most profitable strategy for that market at that time was to be simple, to be boring. And this just forces you to completely reframe the result. Was the AI's boring performance a failure of technology? Or was it actually a higher form of success, a moment of profound, machine-driven insight? This is where you see the AI's hidden genius. It didn't need a textbook. It independently discovered a famous principle of modern finance called the 1/n strategy. The whole theory is that just dividing your money equally among n different things is a shockingly effective and really hard strategy to beat over the long run. The AI, with all its processing power, figured out that the smartest move wasn't to try and outsmart the market. It was to embrace this powerful simplicity.
And that just leaves us with this really provocative final thought. We spend so much time and energy building these complex tools to solve complex problems. But what this AI taught us is that maybe, just maybe, the most intelligent answer, the true winning move, is the simplest one that's been right there in front of us all along.